Hello and welcome to Ahmed's World Time Trek. In this video, we'll be exploring the early life of Napoleon Bonaparte intellectual journey. Despite his official leave ending in October 1790, Napoleon delayed his departure from Corsica until February 1st of the following year. He took his younger brother Louis with him to Auxonne, where he would pay for Louis's schooling. Napoleon presented certificates of ill health and poor weather to his understanding commanding officer, who granted him 3 months back pay. However, their living conditions were far from comfortable. The two brothers shared a small room with minimal furniture, and Louis had to sleep on the floor in a closet. Living a frugal and isolated life, Napoleon devoted himself to his studies and books. He avoided socializing and cafes, surviving on dry bread and taking care of his own clothes to make them last. Napoleon once described this period as the joys and debaucheries of my youth, highlighting his dedication to education and his solitary pursuit of knowledge. Napoleon's passion for books and his commitment to self-improvement laid the foundation for his intellectual development. Despite facing setbacks and criticism, he continued to pursue his ambitions and shape his understanding of the world around him. In the period between February and August 1791, Napoleon dedicated himself to an essay competition organized by the Lions Academy. The topic was, "What are the most important truths and feelings for men to learn to be happy?" The Academy, along with Abbé Raynal, offered a substantial prize of 1,200 francs, which exceeded Napoleon's annual salary at the time. He spent 6 months working on his essay. In his essay, Napoleon denounced the vanity of ambition and even criticized historical figures such as Alexander the Great and Cromwell. He questioned the restless pursuits of Alexander, remarking on his loss of reason and self-proclaimed divinity. He also explored personal sentiments, describing the intense love one feels for their homeland upon returning after a long absence. Contrary to his later claims, Napoleon did not withdraw his essay before it was judged. The examiners from the Academy assessed it poorly, criticizing its inflated style and lack of coherence. One judge described it as uninteresting, disorganized, rambling, and poorly written. Years later, Talleyrand retrieved the original essay from the Academy's archives and presented it to Napoleon. Upon rereading it, Napoleon expressed embarrassment, considering himself deserving of punishment for the ridiculous things he had written. Fearing potential ridicule, Napoleon impulsively threw the essay into the fire, using tongs to push it down. He wanted to ensure that the content would not be preserved. Despite his failure to win the prize and his harsh self-criticism, Napoleon's participation in a French-language essay competition demonstrated his confidence and ambition. Napoleon's willingness to engage in intellectual pursuits and take risks, even when facing criticism and potential failure, was a defining characteristic of his personality. It foreshadowed his future endeavors and his determination to leave a lasting mark on history. In addition to his participation in the essay competition, the 22-year-old Napoleon Bonaparte displayed remarkable literary productivity during this period. He wrote a dialogue sur l'amour, in which he portrayed himself as the character B, and his real-life friend and comrade, Alexander de Motzys, appeared under his own name. However, the depiction of Motzys in the dialogue suggests a somewhat distant friendship, as he is portrayed as boastful and impatient compared to the serene and masterful B. The dialogue sur l'amour argued that love is detrimental to both society and individual happiness, and proposed that Providence should abolish it to ensure universal happiness. Another composition, titled Reflections on the State of Nature, borrowed heavily from the ideas of Jean-Jacques Rousseau, suggesting that humanity lived better in a state of nature before the existence of society. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like these.